Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic roundup. We are at the end of this week's this week's roundup. Uh, so let's kick things off with Nick Fury versus Fang Foom. This is the third, I believe, in a series of one shots written by J. Mike Straczynski, combining Marvel characters who wouldn't normally interact. And so, Nick Fury vs. Fang Foom opens in 1940. Nick is part of an aerial stunt duo. But it seems to be maybe running its course where they're at. And, but, and that evening at she opens, an old associate of Fury's, going to be Happy Sam, is shows up and offers Nick a mission. But pay as much as him and Red making a week for 3 days. But the mission is on behalf of Central Aircraft Manufacturing Company. And Red's in, but except for the fact that he has an appointment in Paris, and if he waits a few days, well, her husband will be home. Fury takes him up on it. So, 3 hours later, Happy Sam tells Fury what's going on. Basically, with the war between the Chinese and Japanese continuing to go on, the Central Aircraft Manufacturing Company is supplying planes to China, and pilots and support staff are resigning their commissions to participate against the Japanese as the Flying Tigers. So, Nick arrives at the Chinese border. Turns out that the Flying Tiger are having some trouble. Planes that are basically being destroyed, but no evidence of nothing that seems to be support them being shot down. In fact, there was acid in the wreckage of there was acid burns in the wreckage of the most recent one. But apparently, Dum Dum Dugan is there, as is Izzy Cohen, and and pretty much all the rest of the core Howling Commandos. But Nick goes out with Gabe Jones, not one of the flying command, not one of the P-34s, but a prop plane, basically getting an eye on out for what was encountered and where the motor plane crashed. And suddenly the sky darkens. Seems to be a cloud from obscure review. A monk at the base mentioned that there was a cloud with teeth. It seems they found that cloud with. That Fury and Jones had found that cloud with teeth. They try to evade from Fang Foom. Who threatens them upon seeing them, and Fury does what he can to distract Foom, heading into a cave. In the cave, though, there's a chamber that the hall of knowing, which contains all the things that were and some of the things that may be. Fury sees some visions of what could happen in World War II. But they don't. And the rest of the Howling Commandos show up and take on Foom and rescue Nick. And during that time, the they were asleep, come upon Foom, and he will likely be seemingly awaken in 25 years. Just in time for his first appearance. But Fury gets paid, and well, he decides he's joining up. Because of what he saw in the Hall of Knowledge, or the Hall of Knowing. Well, someone's got to go where the dragon is. And so 2 months later, he's in England on a military base. Red's there, also signed up. And in England, they're in Hawaii at Pearl Harbor. And the issue ends with the Howling Commandos formed up. It's a nice little team shot of the Howling Commandos from back in the day. Funny though, 2 months later wouldn't be the right time frame, because if it's 1940, then 2 months later we'll make it 1941. But who am I to mention the fact that they got one of the mo- most well, most infamous days in American history wrong. That is where the issue ends. It's a good issue, good one shot, honestly. So far, these all been interesting reads. I think they're taking. I think the next one comes out in 2 months. So, but should honestly make for a good read. Moving on though to our last for the week, we've got Star Wars: Legacy of Vader #2. Where we left off, after the events of Last Jedi, Kylo Ren was looking to learn more about his grandfather. And so, the a denizen of Vader's former stronghold on Mustafar, Van has taken Kylo Ren to Tatooine. Explaining that it's where his grandpa was born. And it's actually quite an important. It's home to a lot of important moments in Anakin Skywalker's history. It's where he first met the woman who would be known as who would become his wife. Is where he was recruited by the Jedi Order. It's also where he lost his mother, and where he took the pain of the loss and first used it to access the dark side of the Force, where he felt his true power. But they go to the what was the Bunta arena, and Kylo Ren discovers that his father is the only grandfather is the only human to have won the Bunta pod race. However, then he also points out that he did this while still a slave. Turns out that Kylo Ren didn't know of his grandfather's his grandfather being a slave. Yeah, he assumes that surely Kylo Ren was raised in pain, and we see some flashbacks of to Ben's youth. It seems he wasn't. He had a loving life. But some folks try to. Some locals try to rob them, and Kylo Ren kills two of them. Unless they live to spread the word that talking about Luke Skywalker can get one killed. Kylo Ren then burns Anakin's name from the list of winners and asks who owned Anakin Skywalker. They come to the remains of Watto's shop. You see a flashback of Vader strangling Watto. But Vanise insists that Watto was not killed by Vader. However, he also mentions that the Toydarian was not Anakin Skywalker's only owner. Watto acquired the Skywalkers from Gardulla the Hutt. And she yet lives and forges the wastelands. And so, he heads there. However, Vani is telling someone of Ben's Kylo's eventual arrival. He when he arrives at the palace, he he cuts through Gardulla's guards, and also says that he points out that his grandpa was owned by by Gardulla the Hutt, and he's there for revenge, and he faces off against a bunch of Gardulla's henchmen. All's going well until it turns out that Gardulla has a pet Force user. I mean, after what happened with Jabba, Gardulla was sure to take precautions of his own. And Kylo is disarmed and then knocked out and imprisoned in Gardulla's palace. And that is where the issue ends. That's that could maybe be a bad thing. Oh, not too much of one, because Kylo will escape. We already know this. That probably bodes ill for Gardulla and his henchmen, or their henchmen. Anyways, that's good for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.